Well, President Trump held a wide-range 3-hour cabinet meeting covering everything from crime, saying he's not a dictator, to even touching on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's engagement. Joining us now is NBC Washington correspondent Alice Barr. And Alice, this was Trump's longest public event as president across both his terms. Take us into the cabinet room and talk to us about this unusual scene.
Yeah, I mean, you can cover a lot of ground in a 3+ hour. Spoke on a wide range of topics. Each of the cabinet members kind of gave their run through of their accomplishments as they see them, and then they also, spoke about accomplishments that they're attributing to President Trump. And then he talked about specifically on his crackdown on crime. He talked again about the possibility of expanding National Guard deployments into more big cities, coming against the wishes of state and local Democratic officials in many of those places who are calling that move unconstitutional. He said that he would have the right to do anything. Quote, "I'm the president of the United States." And he said that if he thinks the country is in danger, it is, and he believes it is in these cities, that he can do it. He can go ahead and move in. He also spoke about expanding his crime crackdown specifically within Washington, D.C. by bringing back the death penalty for anyone who commits murder in D.C. And D.C. stopped using the death penalty decades ago. But again, because of home rule and the authority that President Trump has, the federal government has in the city, there are some things that he could do there. So that made some headlines. And then there's also this intensifying battle over the Federal Reserve that took up quite a bit of the time. And he was asked some serious questions about this unprecedented effort to fire Lisa Cook from the Fed's Board of Governors over his administration's accusations of mortgage fraud. So that was a lot of the discussion as well.
Yeah, speaking of which, when he talked about that, he mentioned that he would hire someone or fill that vacancy with someone who agrees with him on helping the housing market. Explain his rationale there.
Yeah, so what really is behind all of this is that the administration has accused Lisa Cook of claiming two homes as her primary residence in order to get more favorable loan terms for her mortgages. They have not yet presented documentation for that. She denies any wrongdoing. She has not been charged with a crime. She says that President Trump has no authority to fire her. She says she will not resign and that she does plan to challenge the move in court. And the Federal Reserve and the president have both said they will abide by that court ruling. It's worth noting the administration has brought these same kind of allegations against some other high-profile foes, Senator Adam Schiff, among them Letitia James in New York. And he was asked whether he was specifically using that kind of mechanism to go after people he doesn't like. He said, no, these are public records. But at the end of the day, if he is able to get Lisa Cook out of her seat, he said that he wants to have somebody in that seat. He's already looking at replacements who would agree with him on specifically cutting interest rates. That is what has been behind this entire pressure campaign on the Federal Reserve. He wants lower interest rates to spur the economy and specifically to make housing more affordable. So he said, once we have a majority, housing is going to swing. And that kind of terminology of once we have a majority is raising some serious questions among critics who say that there are, larger questions about the Federal Reserve's independence, ability to make decisions about the economy free of political pressure. And if the president is saying, it would be my majority, then that raises questions about whether that autonomy can be preserved. And there are impacts on the economy and potentially on inflation. Studies have shown if that autonomy is questioned, also concerns that inflation could rise just by lowering interest rates too rapidly. So it's kind of wonky stuff, but there's a lot here that actually really directly affects people's pocketbooks, what you pay for your credit card bill, your mortgage, your car loan, all of those things.
Yeah, Alice, thanks for breaking it all down for us. Really appreciate it.